Hello everyone, how are you? Hope you all are doing well. Welcome to the Celebrity Aura. In this video, we are going to discuss about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard's tumultuous journey. Few Hollywood romances have ever drawn as much global attention or descended into as much controversy as the relationship between the Johnny Depp and the Amber Heard. What began as on the set connection between two actors turned into a violent marriage, followed by one of the most publicized and divisive legal battles in modern times. Their story, filled with passion, accusation, and years of litigation, not only reshaped both of their careers but also ignited worldwide conversation about love, abuse, and the court of the public opinion. This sparked meeting on the Rum Diary. In 2009, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard first crossed paths on the set of the Rum Diary, a film adaptation of the Hunter's S. Thompson's novel. Depp played the lead role of the journalist Paul Kemp, while Heard starred as Chenault, his love interest. Though sparks reportedly flew during the filming, Depp was in a long-term relationship with the French actress and singer Vanessa Paradis at the time. He and Paradis had been together for 14 years and shared two children, Lily Rose and Jack. It was not until 2012, after Depp's separation from the Paradis, that his romance with the Heard began. The two were seen together more frequently, and their relationship quickly became fodder for tabloids. Despite the 22 years gap between the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, Depp spoke highly of Heard, praising her intelligence and spirit while she admired his talent and free-spirited personality. A well-willed romance and marriage. By 2014, the couple engaged, and in February 2015, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard married in a private ceremony at his Los Angeles home. Later, they held celebration on Depp's private island in the Bahamas. At first, their union was painted as glamorous. Hollywood eccentric star and rising actress, they appeared at red carpets events together, smiling and affectionate, often presented as a passionate couple deeply in love. Yet behind the public displays, tension was beginning to brew. Friends and staff later testified that their relationship was remarked by the frequent arguments, emotional volatility, and struggle with the substance abuse. Trouble in Paradise. By 2016, the marriage began to unravel. In May of that year, Heard filed for divorce after just 15 months of the marriage. The move shocked the public, but what came next was even more explosive. Heard occupied Depp of domestic violence, filing for a restraining order and appearing in court with visible bruises on her face. The allegations sent shockwaves through Hollywood. Heard claimed that Depp had been abusive throughout their relationship, citing incidents of physical and emotional violence. Depp, however, denied the accusations, insisting that he had never struck Heard and that she was fabricating claims to gain the financial leverage in their divorce. The divorce was finalized in August 2016, with Heard receiving $7 million settlement, which she pledged to donate to the charity. Both parties released joint statement declaring our relationship was intensely passionate and at times volatile, but always bound by love. They added that neither had made false accusation for the financial gain. At the time, it seemed like the end of their saga, but it was only the beginning. In December 2018, Heard published an op-ed in the Washington Post describing herself as a survivor of the domestic abuse. While she did not mention Depp by name, the implications were clear. The article reignited the controversy, placing Depp in the crosshair of the #Me Too movement. In response, Depp filed a $50 million defamation lawsuit against Heard in Virginia in 2019. He argued that the op-ed destroyed his reputation, cost him major film roles, including his iconic role as Captain Jack Sparrow in Pirates of the Caribbean, and turned him into the Hollywood outcast. Hard counter used for the $100 million, alleging that Depp and his legal team had smeared her reputation by calling her a liar. What followed was year of legal back and forth, depositions and hearings, all leading up to a historic trial in 2022. The courtroom drama Depp versus Heard. In April 2022, the defamation trial began in Fairfax County, Virginia. The trial, streamed live and watched by millions worldwide, became a cultural spectacle. Supporters of both Depp and Heard relied online dissecting testimony, court documents, and body language in the real time. Over the course of 6 weeks, the trial revealed shocking details about their relationship. Depp alleged that Heard was an abusive partner, claiming she had thrown objects at him, belied him, and even severed part of his finger during a fight. Heard, on the other hand, stood by her claims that Depp was violent when intoxicated, painting a picture of toxic cycle of abuse. The testimonies were often disturbing and deeply personal. Audio recording, text messages, and photographs were presented as evidence. The world watched as both actors' reputations were dissected in the courtroom and on the social media. In June 2022, the jury reached its verdict. They found in favor of Johnny Depp on 3 counts of the defamation, awarding him $10 million in compensatory damage and $5 million in punitive damage, later reduced to $350,000 due to the Virginia law. Heard was awarded $2 million in her countersuit, but the decision was widely viewed as a victory for the Depp. In the fallout and aftermath, the trial's outcome had massive repercussions. For Depp, it marked a turning point. Fans rallied around him, and his career began to show signs of revival. He made appearances at music festivals, continued his work with his band Hollywood Vampires, and in 2023 premiered his film Gino do Barry at the Cannes Film Festival, where he received a standing ovation. For her, the trial was devastating. She faced intense online scrutiny, much of it hostile, and claimed that the media cruise left her emotionally shattered. After initially appealing the verdict, she settled with Depp in December 2022, agreeing to pay the $1 million. Heard later relocated to Spain with her daughter, stepping back from the Hollywood spotlight. Larger culture impact beyond the courtroom, the Depp saga sparked wider debates about the domestic violence, gender dynamics, and the role of social media in shaping public opinion. Some viewed Depp's victory as a triumph of the truth for male victims of abuse, while others feared it might discourage women from coming forward with the allegations. The case also underscored the toxic nature of the celebrity culture, where personal struggles become global entertainment. Hashtags like hashtag justice for Johnny Depp and hashtag I stand with Amber Heard trended for months of the highlighting how polarized audience and had the become. At the end, if we conclude that the relationship between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard began with a passion and promise but ultimately descended into one of the most notorious courtroom battles in modern history. What started as a romance between two Hollywood stars became a cautionary tale of how love can unravel into bitterness and how private pain can magnify it under the glare of public scrutiny. For Depp, the courtroom victory restored much of his reputation, though at the cost of years of turmoil. For her, the experience left deep scars and forced her to rebuild her life far from the Hollywood. Together, their story serves as a reminder of the fragility of human relationships, the dangers of toxic love, and the high stakes when the romance collides with fame and public opinion. So, this was the short story between the Amber Heard and the Johnny Depp we have discussed yet. If you find this video interesting, then like the video and share the video with your friends. Also, subscribe my channel for more entertainment and enjoyment. And don't forget to press the bell icon to get the notification of the latest videos. Hope you enjoy it with me. Have a nice day. Signing off.